let's start with your reading, Aquarius. Today, we are going to look into your recent past, current energies, and near future, and then we will immediately clarify in order to find out more details about your messages. Now, let's begin right away with your reading. Okay. We had quite the transition over here. We see a lot of issues in the present, but a lot of emotional energy soon in the near future. But as far as your main energy goes, we have the Seven of Swords. And we clearly see right here that you might be experiencing some sort of trust issues with someone, whether these issues are caused by something that they have done or something that has happened in the past with even someone else, but that now it's still impacting your ability to open up and to really let someone in. This is happening right now, and it definitely needs some clarity in order to be worked out and in order for this to not be a blocker for you. Right here, you have you might have been dealing with someone who was hiding things, someone who made you very suspicious, and someone who was pretending to be this person that they were not. And so right here, you might be processing a betrayal or something that really you were not expecting. Now, for some of you, we see that someone is trying to get back into your life, to re-enter your life, whether this is happening already or it's going to happen soon, but you're finding it hard to just jump back into that mindset in which you would just open up and trust this person, trust this situation. We'll see why this message is coming up for you today, Aquarius. Now, in the recent past, I see the Page of Pentacles, the Emperor. You really had everything that you needed. You're coming from a situation that was very stable for yourself. You have worked hard. You have done a lot for yourself. And you know what? You also went through a lot, because the Emperor is someone who went through a lot, but also someone who doesn't let the setbacks and the obstacles stop them from where they want to be. And so right here, I see you very stable, very abundant, and in control. You have direction and you know what you want. And you know what? This person has seen that about you. They are attracted to this, and they can definitely see themselves by your side long term. You definitely have a lot to offer, but do they? Right here, we see that potentially at some point you risked your stability for this person. You went out of your comfort zone, but did it pay off? We'll see what else was going on back then that you still might not know about today, okay? Now, in the present, this is potentially where everything is hardly making sense. This seems to be the apex of this energy. You might feel very cold, very detached right now, especially when it comes to emotional connections, when it comes to this person. You're trying to not connect to your emotions, focusing on work, hoping that things will make sense soon. What you might not know is that this right here is creating some sort of feedback loop with the other person. They see you cold, even if you're cold for good reasons, and they become themselves even colder. They might not appear interested, but just because they see you not taking one step towards them. At the end of the day, there is a lot of love here. This Ace of Cup, this cup right here in the corner of the card, is offered to the situation. But because of the Seven of Swords, there is not enough trust to let this in and to explore it. So right here, someone is rejecting love to not get hurt. But what needs to be done now to move forward, to get out of this rut? We'll see when we clarify. Now, we see a different energy soon in the near future, Aquarius. It's clear that someone is thinking that it's time to make a move. Time to make a move towards the other person or even away from them. We'll have to clarify. But what we see with all this cups energy is that this person wants to bring an offer and open up. There is a lot of romance, a lot of honesty as well, which is definitely not what you're used to with this person. Someone wants to devote themselves to this. They are seeking a real connection with you away from all this deceptive energy that we've seen with the Seven of Swords. It's clear that your chance to have a real and honest conversation with this person is coming up. And it will be fundamental for the two of you to control your fears, to control your doubts, knowing that at the end of the day, there is a lot of love here. But love sometimes it's just not enough. You need to be able to handle it well and to nurture it so that it doesn't become destructive like it has up to this point. So a lot to clarify, Aquarius. Let's start from your recent past. Let's see what else was going on potentially back then that you should know right now. The Tower. Wow. This was definitely a very impactful type of energy on you. Six of Pentacles with the Five of Cups. What I see right here with the Six of Pentacles is definitely a lot of promises. So many beautiful words. But when it came to action, very little was shown to you. This person somehow managed to bring instability, Five of Cups, into a situation that instead was very stable, afraid of the attachment that they felt when they were with you, afraid that you were going to walk away anytime. And not because you gave them a good reason to, but because of potentially poor communication on their end. And what I see right here with the Tower is that every single time there was a misunderstanding or something that was just not working out, everything would always lead to a very big reaction. It's as if every fight was a breakup in between the two of you. They were not able to really listen to you, to really understand what you meant, what you wanted. They had this image of you in their head, and when they thought that you didn't care or that you wanted to leave, you couldn't say anything to change their mind. And obviously, you would have to detach from this because there was no reasoning. Right here, this person, it just feels to you that they were always ready to leave, always ready to just say, okay, enough, bye. And that it's definitely not something that allows you to trust the person, to build something with the person, knowing that at any point you turn around and this person is not there anymore. So clearly a difficult situation, but regardless, we see that the love was there and a lot of it. As I was just anticipating down here, love is not enough. And if you don't know how to handle it, it can actually become very destructive. And this is exactly what we've seen here. Now, what's going on in the present, Aquarius? Let's see. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. The Wheel of Fortune is definitely telling us that this is something that has happened before, whether it was with the same person or with different people. What you're thinking right here is, here we go again. This person comes in, they convince me, they show me that I can trust them, that I can let them in, and then they leave as if we haven't shared anything important together. You might feel that people often leave you behind. And it might not be what you want to hear, Aquarius, but now the only thing to do with this person is to communicate, to have a honest communication together. Because what I see right here is that the two of you are like mirrors right now. What you do, they do. And this is something that you might not know about them. But every single time you ignore them, they will ignore you more. If you take an hour to reply to a message, that will take an hour and few minutes. So clearly there is something right here that talks about seeing how far you go in order to understand how far they are going to go. At the end of the day, it really all comes down to what you want from this right now. If you want to solve things, to fix things, or even to get closure, it's best to open up and truly talk. What I see is that this might just be a test in between the two of you. This connection is here to test you and also make you look deeper into your fears, Aquarius, your fears of opening up and letting someone in, even with the risk that at some point they're going to walk out on you. The way you will handle this will definitely determine the outcome of this connection. And I'm sorry to say, the connections that might come after this one. This might feel like an issue that relates only to this specific situation, but it's not, Aquarius. If you look deep within, you'll notice that this is a pattern, and this is your time to break that pattern, break that cycle. Now, what is going on in the near future? We see a lot of cups, a lot of love. Let's clarify that energy. Oof, okay. Seven of Cups, Knight of Swords, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Oof. I mean, talking about communication. These swords are all about talking, but also talking very straightforward. No more deception. These are mature swords energy. And when you get to this, there is nothing that is going to be left behind, nothing that is going to be hidden anymore, especially with the Queen of Swords showing up here. Now, what I see with the Seven of Cups is that there are going to be multiple attempts to do this. The first one might end up getting delayed or even ignored, to be honest. Someone is very guarded, but they're curious at the same time. And that someone might be you, Aquarius. Regardless, I see the conversation happening, potentially via text at first. Someone here is really opening up, but there is something that will be said which will still leave you a little perplexed. Something is not fully shaping up as you hoped. Something is missing here, and it's not allowing you to fully open up again yet. But this is just the beginning. A cycle clearly is starting here in between the two of you, and you will slowly open up to each other in ways that you've never done before, not with this clarity. This will be the end of a cycle for this connection and the beginning of a new one. Will it be together or apart? I do see, to be honest, a lot of potential, because when you finally are straightforward about how you feel, without the fears, without the games, that's when things can really turn around. But where they will lead to, we'll have to find out. Overall, something is moving, and potentially all the issues that you've had up to this point might either get solved, or at least you're gonna get some closure so that you can move on from this, Aquarius, because you have your stability. You are still this emperor, this person that has it all. Don't let people in your life that bring instability. Don't let that energy into your life, because eventually you're going to do a disservice to yourself. But let's keep going with the reading. Let's see exactly what these conversations are going to be about. What are you going to find out about them? How these conversations are going to change the very trajectory of this situation, and also what else is coming your way in the next few months that you should know about today. If you want to dive deeper into the messages with me, Aquarius, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free, personal, live, 45-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning to confirm. Please make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Aquarius. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events, the Queen of Wands. And honestly, what we see right away here is that regardless of what is about to come towards you, you are going to enter a period of passion, a period of romance. There is a lot of honesty moving forward, is absolutely clear between the two of you, or even between you and yourself. Clearly, something is now drawing you closer for reasons that we'll have to find out. But what I love to see with this Queen of Wands is how this incoming energy is going to make you feel, which honestly, to me, it's the most important thing. Right here with the Queen of Wands, we see that you're feeling confident. You're feeling attractive as well. You are able to speak your mind and not compromise yourself. And at the same time here, you're realizing that by being yourself and being honest, you all of a sudden are put at the center of the attention. You're attracting someone with your boundaries, with the things that you do not want to compromise on, and also with your good looks, absolutely, with the Queen of Wands. Someone is willing to be by your side, to fight for you, and at the same time, you are standing up for yourself by not compromising and not negotiating anymore the things that for you are important. It feels like you're attracting the type of love that you really deserve, and that maybe at some point you started to give up on, given this cycle that was repeating over and over again. Beautiful. But let's see what this is about. Let's start clarifying the Queen of Wands to see what this conversation is going to be about. What is making you feel this way? Let's start with this energy, and then we'll see how all of this is bound to evolve in the next few months. Oh, Seven of Cups with the Three of Swords, Knight of Wands, and Ten of Wands. I mean, clearly, this person is communicating with you from a place of honesty, wearing their heart on their sleeve, but also at the same time, there is passion and clarity. In a way, you're seeing it all from this person, but is it going to be enough for the long term? We'll see. The first thing that we